So welcome back to another video here in Canada, and today I'm out on the e-bike along my local stretch. It's going to cover Meadow area, going to cover the river, going to cover into the forest and just have a look and see what we've got. Just come across the track here and I spotted a low-lying shrub with a beautiful, yet again the Merlin man, a male Merlin I think, sitting on top. Just done a bit of video of it. It's quite a distance off, crept forward a little bit, got a little bit closer, got a few stills, got a bit of video, and then I've just backed away now and just sitting here, and it's just doing a bit of a preen and a clean. It's got very, very gunmetal sort of bluey wings. Looks a very, very nice bird. But yes, it's good just to start off with, really, just straight here, straight off the track, 10 minutes from my house, boom, straight into a Merlin. But yeah, fantastic. Gonna get back on the bike now, leave this Merlin be. And if I come back here later, I might stay here a bit longer, but I want to chase up into the forest and see if I can see anything up that end. But yeah, stick with me. Should be a good day. Well, I've just turned up in the woodland now, come all the way along the track, about sort of 10k, and I'm just along a beautiful river here. I'm just going to sit here, chill out, enjoy. The fall colours in here at the moment are beautiful. Got crows overhead, busying squirrels and chipmunk. Absolutely lovely. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time here, and then I'm going to head up the far end where I know there's some good red squirrels and spend a bit of time photographing those. We might be lucky enough to get a hawk in here as well. If I just show you over the river, just spin the camera around. It's a beautiful location, this. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. It's lovely in here. Absolutely lovely. Look at these fall colours coming through now. Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful colours. So I found a new location here. This is part of the extensive greenbelt, and this is absolutely fantastic for wildlife. I mean, in spring and early summer, this place would be awesome. So I've seen loads and loads of coyote tracks, so this is obviously a very good spot for coyote. And deer, I would have thought, other members of the mustelid family. There's finches all the way along the track. It's absolutely heaving in here with finches on these dead seed heads. So I've just come to this end of this track. It's going to sit here for a bit, chill out, have a bite to eat, and just enjoy it, really. It's such a great spot. It's quite away from where I live now. I've trekked quite a distance. This is fantastic in here. Early morning, evening, it will be, you know, an incredible place really to come. But I'm just going to hang about here for a bit, go quiet, see if anything comes along. So I'm back out again. Decided to walk today, got more kit, so left the e-bike at home and gone a little bit further than the meadow to a new patch. A lot of overgrown stuff here. At the moment, there's quite a lot of sparrows around, as normal, but we have 20 or so sparrows here in North America, so there's some pretty nice sparrows. So really nice, and we should be picking up some fox sparrows soon, which are really, really nice. Haven't seen one. And there's lots and lots of waxwings in big groups at the moment, and they're travelling around in large flocks, as I said, looking for, we've just got birds. So it's great to be using the R7 with the 500 there. It gives me that really, really great reach. And I've noticed now, after installing the latest firmware update, you can see that above, is it's making a lot more accurate autofocus. There are some minor bugs in there as well that have been fixed, and maybe that's something to do with it. Certainly on small subjects in the frame with cluttered backgrounds, it's really, really picking the detail out on the birds with single spot. Really, really good. So I've noticed a vast improvement there, which is really, really good. Just picked out a nuthatch over there, white-breasted nuthatch, just foraging along some dead bark there on the tree, and it just picked it out lovely. Usually it'd be in, out, not focusing correctly, and this was on the 500, so much, much better. One thing I really do enjoy when I'm out doing photography is that you never know what's going to turn up. I'm also a birder as well as a photographer, so equally I want to come out with a pair of binoculars. You know, I love to see new birds, and I've seen, just as I was coming in, and I've seen my first eastern meadow lark. Really, really beautiful bird. Not like a lark that we get at home. I think it's like an old world blackbird, I think. Oriole type, but really, really nice. Very bright yellow. And I got a few shots of it low to the ground, quite harsh light, not very good images, but you'll see there, it's just such a beautiful bird. I'm hoping, it was just one, I'm hoping maybe we get to see more. Did a little bit of shaky video as well, which wasn't too good. I didn't really have a lot of time to react, but it was just nice to see a new species. Didn't know what it was at the start, never seen one, and it was a lone bird, so I don't think they're that common here. But what a beautiful bird. What a beautiful bird. I'm hoping maybe we'll push up further up into the flattened area of the meadow where it's been cut, and hopefully we might get some luck there, maybe if we're very lucky, but we shall see. So I'm just going to head up along a further cut area to see if we can see that meadow lark again. Wait there for half hour, see if anything turns up. It's that time of the year when, you know, you could expect to see anything. Like back in the UK, autumn's always a great time, as is spring, for surprising species to turn up. So it'd be great to see if the meadowlark's still hanging around. And then I'm going to push up further, cross a few tracks, and get to a favoured rowan tree that's got so many berries on it. And maybe we hope to get a flock of waxwings come in. Maybe cedar, maybe bohemian, who knows? But it would really be good to see a flock of those feeding. And it's just a waiting game, really. Just sit, be patient. And we've got a lot of juncos at the moment. So dark-eyed juncos, they come down from up north. And in fact, we've got a lovely berry tree just here, which I think will be worth a stop off, I think. Blackberries, don't know what they are, but it might be worth a stop, actually. There's a few birds in there at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure what they are. I think there's a couple juncos and a couple of sparrows in there, so it might be worth just getting a couple of shots there. So here we have loads and loads of these berries. Now, there's certainly some Canadians who watch the channel that will know what those are. I'm not actually sure, but they are laden on this tree, absolutely all over. They look poisonous to us though, to be fair, but surely it'll be all right for the birds. But let's go and head on and see if we can find that lark. It's really good when you're out like this and you're mobile and just keeping your eyes wide open for any sights of movement, sound. We had a turkey vulture in here the other day that was feeding on something dead. Terrible footage, terrible heat haze on that day, boiling hot. It's gone real cool now. It's only I think it was only 5 degrees this morning, so really, really cold. So I'm just going to sit scan here for a bit and see if that lark turns up. It's looking pretty quiet out there at the moment. A really, really unusual song. It's all looking pretty quiet. Beautiful fall colours at the moment, really coming in through on the trees. So, I don't know if you can see, but we've obviously got loads and loads of berries in here, and this is off a rowan. So it's Zorberus acupara, so that's a mountain ash tree, and that is a great food source there for overwintering birds. I don't think it's quite cold enough yet for the birds to go mad for them, so, and there's some berries down below as well from a similar tree that I showed you a moment ago. But that is absolutely jam-packed up there. That is just like looking amazing. That's a Waxwing supermarket, that is. Absolutely lovely. So that's a great spot there. Hopefully, in time when it gets a little bit colder, we may get that flock of waxwing in, and they'll be feeding along there. But we're going to head along the hedge line here, out across to another meadow, see if we can pick up with that. Oh, we've got a bird in there. There is a bird in there. I didn't see what it was. So I've just walked quite a way actually, probably about 2k, and there's a lovely open area here. Forest all around, a few trees dotted around in the middle of the meadow. I'm just at the end of a runway of a little tiny small airfield here, just for very small planes, as you can hear going overhead. And this is where I saw the Merlin hunting yesterday. And a beautiful male, and in fact it was in the tree behind me, but I'm tucked away here out of sight, sun's behind, hoping that maybe we'll get some action. Got the fence line just over here, which is a great place for like kestrels and merlins to perch on and maybe hunt from. There's lots of little birds in along the periphery of the meadow here in the forest. A really good place for the merlin to hunt. It's very quiet here. I'm off the track here, so no one walks up through here. So I'm nicely tucked out the way here. Just put the bird app on, and we've got a few song sparrows. There's lots and lots of bird activity. Some unusual song down there as well. Just never know what's going to turn up here. I think we've got some chickadees down there, and maybe a northern cardinal as well. But I'm going to sit here, chill out for a bit, and see what happens really. So we've got quite a few golden crowned kinglets that I've just filmed, and I've got one just in here behind me with the song sparrow, literally right above my head. We've got a raven calling over there as well, which is lovely. This is an absolutely golden spot, this is. This would be awesome for hunting birds of prey when that temperature really does drop. Loads of vantage points. The grass has got still quite a good bit of length in it. Ah, we've got some deer poo. I think I've just seen some deer poo just down here. Here we go. Bit of sign. Bit of poo's always a good sign there. Berry tree above me, lots of berries on the ground. Obviously mammal species coming in. It does look very much like type of deer maybe. Usually in more pellet form. That's quite large. Not sure. Got loads of Canada geese over in the airfield there with loads of ring-billed gulls. Sound of a raven amongst the hum of the traffic. So this is just a single lane road there really, but it's quite busy. Ah, lovely to hear a raven. So this is just a waiting game. You know, it's one of those things that we could come out, we can see quite a lot, could get lucky, could get nothing. You know, this is day 3. So, you know, we had the Merlin yesterday, which was fantastic. Got a little bit of video, got a few shots, which was great. And it's not, I'm targeting certain species, it's not that I'm necessarily targeting the Merlin. I did see a broad-winged hawk go over the house the other day, and I have only seen Cooper's broad-winged, Merlin, bald eagle, turkey vulture so far here on American kestrel. So I haven't seen many others. I just love that. So a quick tip really, in a situation like this out in the open, most of the time you can't just walk straight up to bird species or mammals. You really need to conceal yourself a little bit. So your use of camouflage, drab clothing, doesn't have to be, you don't have to be dressed like a tree. You know, but here I've scouted the area around, I've came in, and then I've got myself in amongst the bushes here. Cameras there, set up, got a good viewpoint. I'm hiding myself a little bit. I'm not erratically moving around. I'm kind of slowly moving, and you know, so all you need to do is just give yourself a little bit of cover. If you're stuck right out in the middle, nothing's going to come in. There's a chance that a Merlin or a bird of prey could come over the top here, land in the bushes in front of me here. As long as I stand still, just take my time, let them relax, there's a chance. There's a hedge line over there with lots of like rabbits, hare, all sorts of stuff coming out of there. Could have coyotes, could have fox come out in the daytime. It's really, really quiet. You just need to conceal yourself a little bit, give yourself a bit of a chance there to blend in a bit, and then things may accept you a little bit more rather than sticking right out in the middle where everything can see you. You know, you don't have to be dressed. I mean, I'm not fully camoed today, but it's just, for me, it's put me out on. Talk about concealment, get rid of my shininess on my forehead. What I don't like, you know, and I said to many times, and I've had so many messages lately of people who have changed their ways with regards baiting wildlife, baiting birds of prey, mammals, and they've now changed their ways, and they're now starting to understand why I do it the way I do it, for the challenge, for the fact that you get one-off shots. It's not the same shot of the same bird on the same post or whatever. And it's you against the subject, you know, subject knowledge, testing your skills, getting close to them, unique behaviour. It's all about that. And there's really some great, I'm not going to mention any names, but there's been some people that have contacted me recently through Instagram, and you know who you are. And it's so good for me to know that you've kind of changed some of your ways through watching my videos and from seeing other people and the way they operate. So to those people, thanks very much indeed. You know, it's nice to know there are people out there that still do it, you know, like I do, and it's not all baited and for likes and stuff on Instagram. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having likes and comments on socials. It's great, but sometimes it's a bit all-consuming, you know. And having like thousands and thousands of followers and likes on Instagram doesn't make you a good photographer. You know, it's not real photography. You know, it's a crap platform to display your work on. I still use it because I have to as part of my job to push myself out there on social media, but it's the worst platform in the world. It really is. So don't get hung up on if you've only got a few hundred people or whatever. God, it doesn't really matter. You know, there's some great photographers that I follow out there that have got a couple hundred people, and they are fantastic. And they're not bothered about tagging everything under the sun just to get likes. They just put the stuff on there and it's fantastic. Right, back to it anyway. Hi to you all, and welcome back. This is like day 3 or 4 now this week for my weekly vlog. I've been to the Merlin so far. I've done an evening recce for mammal species, for deer, for coyote and fox. No luck with those guys. Had some time with the Merlin, had some time with lots of other smaller bird species, had some time with waxwings as well, feeding on berries. And now I've decided to come back along the river here. I've just come about 5 miles from my house on the e-bike. I absolutely ripped it up the main road just to get here quick. Didn't take that long. Bike does about 25 miles an hour, so it didn't take very long to get here. But it's gone really cold now, guys. I mean, you know, the other week it was like 20, 25 degrees, and today's 5 degrees. So it certainly is kicking in massively to autumn now, or as they say, the fall. So I'm along the river hoping for a chance of kingfisher. So I was here the other day when I found a new location, and I saw a beaver dam and I've seen the belted kingfisher again. So I've just parked myself along the river here, if you can see. So beautiful spot here, got some overhangers here, which would be great for the kingfisher. I've got some overhanging branches there as well. And then we've got the view down the river. Just seen a load of dark-eyed juncos as well. And I've got a red squirrel just playing around in here at the moment, chasing off the grey squirrel. So there's 2 of them there, really, really active at the moment. So I'm getting some nice shots of the red squirrel, and I'm also getting some nice shots of the juncos here. And I'm hoping maybe with a chance to get that kingfisher. So we'll just sit back, chill out, relax here for an hour, I think, and see if anything comes along. If not, we're going to head up over the viaduct, down the other side, and hopefully near the beaver dam, see if we can get and see anything over there. But there's a few species about. There's a few eastern phoebes playing around in here, which I've managed to get a few shots of. So yeah, quite nice really to wade. Got a brew in the bag. Nice to bring you all along with me for another one of my adventures. So this is a culmination of a week of sort of locations along the river up into the meadows, hoping to pull, you know, a nice little video together for you all. But yeah, I'm going to sit back, chill out, let things relax, and hope we'll get lucky. So I said I'm looking for kingfisher today, and belted kingfisher is the only type we get here in Canada. And they'll leave here soon. It gets too cold. Most of the rivers and streams freeze over. So literally there's no place for the kingfisher. So they head south, either to places like Toronto, where I was before, and they overwinter there, or they go further south into America and further down. So it's one of those things really that I'm just trying to hopefully catch some shots before they disappear and then come back in spring. So at the moment we've got some kinglets, which have just, in fact, there's one there. So small, they're like our gold crest. And it's just in a conifer over the other side. These things are so small. So small, I'm just having to change the AF mode. So we've got nuthatches here as well at the moment, singing away. In fact, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Oh, it's so small. I'll tell you what, guys, this new firmware update on this camera is brilliant. It's zapping around here. Wow. Tell you what, that really is so much. It's jumping, finding the bird, locking on straight away. That's really, really good. That's not half bad, really, to be honest. Quite nice. I mean, it's not amazing shot, kind of. There's the kinglet there. They're such fantastic little birds, kinglets. And it's like exactly like the goldcrest at home, sort of busying around in conifers. God, right at the riverbank here, guys. And it literally is. There's the water, and I'm on a slope. I got the tripod at a jaunty angle here, so got to be careful I don't slip and slide too much and end up in that muddy water. So we've got a lot of nuthatches, got the red squirrel here, as I said, got the juncos, got some nice kinglets there. And honestly, that autofocus then, I've never known it to be so snappy before. I think I've got eye detection. I don't always have eye detection enabled. Let's have a look. So eye detection is disabled. So I've got subject tracking on, subject to detect animals, but I haven't got the eye detection on, because trying to eye detect at this distance with a kinglet, like a goldcrest, very, very difficult. But it just jumped to subject. It was amazing. Really, really good. So that's 1.6.0 firmware update. If you've not seen my latest firmware update video for the R7 and the R3, you'll see the R7 above, and I'll put the link for the R3 one a bit further on in the video. But yeah, anyway, going to get back to this. Really nice to see these little tiny birds doing their thing, just foraging along the river here. So we've got the shoreline over here, and there's quite an extensive forest in there. I can just, like, sometimes you get visions as a photographer where you think something would transit along the shoreline. I can just imagine a nice old wily coyote coming along there, or a nice little fox coming along, having a little bit of a forage for something. And I've often thought that here. You know, I've sat on this bank probably, I don't know, half a dozen times now. It's not a spot I come to all the time. But you can just imagine. So it's quite nice that I've got two camera outfits here with me, because then I can just flit around with the Canon R3 with the 100 to 500, and I've got the 500 with the R7. And I can then use the tripod-based stuff for video, if anything. Ooh, what was that? Do you think I'd just seen a bird of prey? Really, really low off the river, and it went right up into the trees. Right. So we have got a Cooper's hawk, but it's really obscured by the tree, and it's just peeking through. I think it's a female, or it could be a juvenile. And there's loads and loads of juncos here. So what I thought was a wren was actually, I think it's a hermit thrush. Very small. It's got like an orange bit on its tail, bit of speckling on the front. Quite a nice bird. It's just feeding along the edge of the river there in the muddy parts, just foraging around. But none of these shots are obviously going to be any good. It's such a distance thing, but managed to capture a little bit of footage of it just going along. But there's a lot of activity here. I mean, got here first sort of 20 minutes, nothing, and then now things have started to pick up. Nice bit of sunlight coming in now too, but it is cold. I was in shorts last week. I think that's it for shorts. I'd half expect to see like a great blue heron here, or even an egret, but they leave here also. The great blue herons, they go, the egrets go. Makes no sense for them to stay because of the fact that the rivers and lakes, even large lakes, all freeze. You know, you get temperatures down to -40 here, so you know it's going to be pretty hardcore. But am I looking forward to tracking coyotes and foxes and stuff like that in the snow? And the snow photography is going to be amazing. It's going to be hard going at times, I think, though, with the photography through the winter. But you know, it'll be easy to track mammal species, that's for sure. So I think I'm going to move on to another spot. I think I've stayed here kind of long enough now. So pack up and head off. It's not very easy being along the riverbank here. It's a little tricky, the angles. So I think next position, get myself in a better location, I think, because it's not easy to swing around and record. So key thing is getting a good spot. Maybe I'll go and check in the meadows in there, I think, and have a look. Tell you what though, guys, I'm really impressed with this this Photo Pro. gimbal head, the E7HS, and the Pantor T1 Plus tripod. Really, really good, and it's so much more lightweight than my my Jitso tripod and Wembley gimbal head. Really is. Right, let's go on. God, looking forward. I've got a coffee in my bag. I'm looking forward to getting that down because I am shagging at the bit for a bite to eat. Another great thing, as I said to you before, is the G3 harness by Cotton Carrier. Man, it's great. Superb bit of kit. Always remember to do that up. Yeah, I've got to be careful when you've got zoom lenses, even with the 500 and 200 to 400. When you're walking, you can be a bit John Wayne. You just need to get yourself positioned into a good place, really, and then you can walk with it and go with it. Right. It's beautiful here, absolutely beautiful. Right, let's head back up this bank. Well guys, another new location, and what a view, look at that. It's pretty fantastic, I've got to say, absolutely awesome. And ripping along on my e-bike is just a way to travel. Bit of pedaling, bit of fitness, bit of battery power against the wind, amazing, absolutely amazing. It's definitely the way to travel. I couldn't get to these places in the car, so it's absolutely superb, it really is. My God, it's gold. It's been great. It's a massive, massive group of crows here doing their thing. There's something kicking off there. Real massive group of them. And look at those colours on the trees. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. What a view, what a place. This is so much better. So much better. Well, it's been quite a morning. I've really enjoyed myself. It's not been like amazing species, but seen the Cooper's hawk, seen the Kingfisher at distance, seen the juncos, seen the squirrels. It's been brilliant, and I've gone further and further on the tracks and trails now. I think I've done about 14 miles today on the e-bike. Not knackered at all, and I had a workout this morning, so which is pretty cool. But I'm gonna have a little chill out and rest, have some fruit, have a cup of coffee, which I've been wanting all morning, and a biscuit. And I'm right on the river here, just along from when the beaver dam is. So I'm hoping that we may get a sighting of that, may stay here for half hour. We have got a viaduct just there with a few cars going over through this whole massive greenbelt area. But it's cool. It's just going to sit here, take it all in, and hopefully this afternoon might get a bit of luck. So this is awesome, guys. We've got a flurry of bird species in here. We've got kinglets, we've got juncos, we've got chickadees, we've got nuthatches, we've got woodpeckers, and they're just all moving through the forest together in one large flock, just with each other. There was a hairy woodpecker there, really quite a lot bigger than the downy. Loads and loads of little bird species in here. In fact, there's a woodpecker there now. It's amazing. Oh, he's quick. He's just coming into me now. It's too high up now. There it goes, into a conifer. Absolutely lovely birds. And that's what you need to do, is just follow the flock as they come through. You know, there was probably at least 20 or 30 juncos there. And once they come along and they do their bit, they move on. So it's always really good to follow flocks. Just sit, wait, be patient. When they move on, just move on. It's the best type of photography, it really is. There's a few kinglets in here as well, and I think it's because it's quite quiet in here.
out of the wind, sunlight comes out, and then just feeding as they go along. But this side now gone quiet, this side's a little bit busier. Oh yeah, fantastic. Oh, we see a red squirrel down the end. It's pretty far off though. Yeah, everything's very, very busy. There's a few hermit thrushes in here as well, quite low off the ground. Yeah, well, I think time to move on. So I'm going to knock it on the head there, I think. That's probably about 4 hours this morning. I've done about 25 miles, so quite a trek really. Assisted obviously with the e-bike, but had a great time. You know, had some nice bird species over the last week really. You know, nothing amazing shot-wise. As always, you know, that's just the way it goes with wildlife photography. You just can't get results all the time. You know, we had the time out with the Merlin. Back out in the evening again with the coyotes, foxes and deer. No luck there. And then back out again today, obviously along the river into the woodland. It was really nice to see vulture. It was nice to see the Cooper's hawk. It was nice to see the Merlin earlier on in the week. Surrounded by American robins here and starlings in this nice sunny glade here. It's been a great time. You know, really enjoyed it. As I said, the results don't always come. I've got a few images in the bag there, but nothing absolutely amazing. It's been great to get out on the bike, bit of fizz, good way to see wildlife, you know, park up, have a nice long walk, you know. So for me, really, the results, you know, they don't always come, but it doesn't really faze me at all. You know, I still get out there. There are times when you just absolutely nail it. And those are the times that are absolutely golden. You know, most of the time, 95% of the time, you know, you don't luck in on some amazing encounters and some amazing images, but occasionally you do. And when you do, my God, it makes it worthwhile. It does massively. You know, and I don't always go out with my vlogging kit. You know, I go out on the ground a lot, just with a lens, maybe a prime lens on my bike, cam up, you know, see what I can get. And hopefully I'll be bringing you along on some of those very soon. As that autumn gets later and later and we get into winter, hopefully we'll be out tracking wildlife in the snow and getting some of those great shots as you do when the snow has fallen. But from me, thanks very much indeed for watching again. I'll see you all next time.